Para bailar la bamba, no, 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 para bailar la bamba, se necesita una poca de gracia. Oh, what up, homies of the interwebs? This is lugnuts.guapo coming at you from Longhorn Harley-Davidson, and we have a brilliant blue Harley-Davidson. That is a 2019 Slam, and it looks pretty nice, if I say so myself. Really good color, in my opinion, and I've never ran this thing on highway, so I'm really curious to see how it does in comparison to the previous frame as well. So, yeah. Man, by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, notification bell, all the jazz, so you know every single time we come up with a video. Usually it's on Tuesdays. And if there's a bike that you want for me to review, let me know. I'm quick to respond most of the time, and I'm always looking for what you guys want to know. So I'm taking this on highway because I've gotten requests about highway with the highway miles with the new Softail frame, and so I'm starting to do more highway stuff. So there you go. So let me know what you want me to review, what you want to see, what you're curious about, and I'll make sure that it gets done. And anywho, yes sir, I run out of things to say, so roll the tape. I am so glad that I didn't do this video on Tuesday, because it was cold, and now it is nice weather. Yes indeed. I think I'm gonna have to move this a little bit further back. Yeah. Ding ding. Boom. First gear. The cool thing about the transmission on these bikes is that you get a very positive click when you put it in gear. It's a lot less mechanical than it used to be, but I dig. Oh, what a joy it is to ride! It's such a beautiful day. Anywho, well, the previous Slim, the 2017 and earlier Slims with the old Softail frame, sat very low to the ground, and I kind of dig that. It kind of, I don't know, it felt good, and you felt like part of the bike. So I didn't have to look as far down to see the dials, which there's not much of a difference in comparison, but there's a slight difference, and it kind of bugs me, if I'm honest. But you know, that's just me being picky. I love that they actually kept the tank size, because as you all know, there was a couple of bikes that the tanks got smaller to like 3.5 gallons, something like that. That would be the Street Bob and the Fat Bob. More specifically, the Fat Bob I was upset about, because I've always liked that bike, and I always wanted it to have a big tank so it can go a longer distance, but they also changed the whole dynamic of that bike. Not the case with the Slim. Most definitely, they kept it as what it was, which is a nice old school looking cruiser. Yes, and I approve of most of it. I will say, the previous Slim, before they came out with the Milwaukee 8 and the new Softail platform, there was just something is missing. All right, for example, the old Slim, the headlight, the way that everything was set up, it just had that like old feel to it. I can't say that this feels old by any stretch of the imagination. They most definitely feels as new as it is. The setup, this little strip right here, I mean, the way that it's all done, you would think it's like similar, right? Most definitely similar to what the old one was, but there's little things here and there. This feels like a replica of the last model, and I'm not sure that I like that. Now that is why you would buy a new one, is because of that platform, the new frame, and the motor. It's all I'm complaining about is the little things here and there that kind of like make it feel different for me, and just not quite a fan, to be quite honest. Oh man, so much power, so much power. And one of the things I did have, it was a huge complaint of mine back with the older Slim, was specifically the seat. Because anytime I hit the throttle, especially if you got the 110 model or the S model, man, you just have to hold on to the bars so hard, because you would give it throttle and your whole body would just want to slide off the seat. And I didn't. That's the one thing. That's my biggest complaint, was that seat. It just didn't feel like it would hold you in. And of course, the new seat, the new tuck and roll seat, that's like a little like wedge in it. And I will say it does hold you in better than the last seat, but more power because of the new motor means that it almost feels the same. It's sad, but it's true. It is a better seat, but it does not feel like it could hold me in if I really got on it, because I've really gotten on some of these bikes with these new motors and or the new motor, and it's not, there's just a lot of power there that seat is not going to hold you in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I still have to hold on for dear life, but it is a better seat. I just don't know that it is that much. The improvement is not enough, in my opinion, to justify saying, oh, it's a much better seat. It's a little bit better. It does hold you in slightly better. The other one just didn't hold you in at all. So in that regard, yeah, this does have a superior seat, so I'll give that the nod to the 19 Slim. The floorboards are very comfortable. They're in the right spot, in my opinion. Man, one thing that I do miss is kind of the vibration that the motor gave. It's kind of gone for the most part, but all of you already knew that when they came out with the Milwaukee 8, they were so proud to say that 75% less was the amount of vibration that you would get from the engine. I kind of miss that, but I mean, it is what it is, you know. People spoke, and a lot of people didn't like the vibration, which kind of made me think that was what Harley was all about, but that's just me. So one of the things that you gain with this new platform, obviously, as everybody knows, and if you don't know already, I don't know where you've been in the last 2 years. Is it 2 years or 1 year? It's been a while. Anywho, man, I don't really know where I'm going. I've never been over here. 360? I think that's where I'm at. I thought it was an I-20. Oh well. Anywho, wow, I have like a parachute on me right now. The hoodie is really getting caught by the wind, so that's uncomfortable. It's kind of choking me. But anywho, as I was going, I'll digress to what I was talking about, which was, oh, it is I-20. No, this is 360. Oh man, so lost. Anywho, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, with the new frame, the lean angle on these things is absolutely superb, which was non-existent, like zero, nada, non-existent with the the old frame. I mean, you would destroy the floorboards if you even thought about being aggressive with it. Not being aggressive, just thinking about being aggressive with it, floorboard's gone. It's not a good deal. Yeah, power for days, man. Power for days. I would say it's a little bit more comfortable on highway than I anticipated with the setup. I mean, I've been on several Softails on the highway and they're pretty comfortable. This one is way more comfortable than the last one, in my opinion. That seat does do a better job holding it in and holding you in, as I mentioned before. And I mean, the power plant and transmission, I mean, that's a given. That's miles better. This is the part that I always hate. Who am I gonna cut off here? I don't want to be behind that guy. This is just not. Why, people? Dang it! I did not want to be behind this trailer. Anywho, on highway, man, surprisingly good compared to the last Slim. Of course, you know, comparing it to the 17 Slim, which was on the old platform. But man, I will say you obviously need a windshield if you're going to be doing highway stuff. Maybe some bags. It is. You could travel with this thing, no problem. And then again, it all has to do with the new platform of the motor transmission and the new frame. It's miles different. It handles way different. I'd always liked that it had that fat tire on the front, fat tire on the back. That has that cool old school bobber look. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. I will say I do feel like a parachute, but that's a given when you don't have a windshield or a fairing or anything like that. So it has the power, it has the comfort. If it was up to me, I'd probably change the seat and put something that actually feels like it could hold me in a little better. That's just personal preference. If you like the minimalist look and you're not going on the highway, you're not speeding all the time, this seat is great. If you're just going around town, this seat is great, because the odds of you like taking off at high speeds, highly unlikely. So this is a great bike. It really is. And the bars are extremely comfortable. I do feel a little bit leaned over, not too terrible, but you know, that's kind of the look. And I think the ergonomics in general are very comfortable. Again, I'm about 6 foot or 5'11" or something. I still don't know. I should probably measure myself. I mean, can't remember the last time I did that, and I'm pretty sure I was still growing when I did it last. So yeah, but as far as I know, I'm around 6 foot. So take it as it is. My knees are very comfortable. My feet are very comfortable. Where everything's placed is very comfortable. This bike makes sense. It's a minimalist bike. It has, I mean, those big fat tires are great, especially around Dallas. We have potholes all over the place. It's absolutely annoying. And with this, I mean, if you hit a pothole, not a big deal. Got a lot of rubber there. So love the look, and this color again is absolutely fantastic. And the power plant is all there. So honestly, this is the bike that any person that wants a bobber and doesn't want to spend a lot of money on it, I mean, in accessories and changing it to make it look like a bobber, you're there with this. You are there. It's absolutely, I mean, what else would you really change other than putting you know, a loud exhaust or a stage 1 or, you know, performance based stuff? I mean, which again, if you were used to a twin cam like a 103 or something like that, completely stock, this is going to blow your socks off. And if you haven't test ridden one of these, you need to call us right now, 972-988-1903. Schedule a test ride, make it yours, and get some wind therapy. That's what I'm talking about. Anywho, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, that's Longhorn_HD, and on Facebook, that's Longhorn Harley-Davidson, and look us up on the podcast app in your iPhone, that is MLHD, or you can look us up on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/ML-HD. Check us out, and again, subscribe if you haven't already. And I think I'm done for today. I'm just gonna put this thing back.